Hari Om. Welcome to the day 70 of 108 days of Surya Namaskara or Sun Salutations Challenge. So guys, we hit the mark of 70. What a journey. What a memorable journey it has been. And thank you so much to each one of you who has been joining until this far with me along this journey and changing and transforming your lives along with me. So thank you so much for that love and support and your commitment. So today we are continuing in the yoga philosophy section, the discussion on the fourth of the 5 niyamas or self-discipline, which is Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya literally means Swa-adhyaya, self-study. But here in this case, self-study also indicates studying of the scriptures, because how do you get to know yourself? Some people are born like the pratyaksha jnana means, pratyaksha means direct perception of knowledge, right? Some people get it through anuman, means inference, right? When there is fire, they see there is smoke. So next time they see smoke, they can anticipate there might be somewhere fire happening. So like that, so inference. Some people learn it about upaman, means analogy. Analogy means, suppose we give examples of animals to real life things, like he runs like a horse, right? So we are understanding his running about knowing how the horse runs. So he slithers in between the crowd like a snake. So the snake slithers, right? And that person also like can curve and move his body like the snake. So we learn by analogy. By knowing something else, you can get to know or anticipate something that you don't know yet, right? So upaman. And the other thing is, how do we gain knowledge is aptopodesha. Aptopodesha means apta upadesha or apta. Apta means authoritative wisdom, knowing it from somebody who really knows it, right? Like it can be a guru, it can be a mentor, it can be a coach, it can be your own parents, it can be your beloved friend, it can be your partner, somebody who you really respect and revere for their wisdom they hold. So you can learn it directly from that other source of authoritative source of wisdom. So these ways we learn. Now Svadhyaya, how do we study about ourselves? The best part to do it is to study the Upanishads or any other scripture from another part of the world, whatever scripture talks about to tell us who we really are. Svadhyaya, right? Self-study. We will learn what happens if one is established in Svadhyaya. Okay? But before that, as we know, we will go for the sun salutations flow first, and after we have completed our flow on the mat, then we go for the yoga philosophy. Thank you. Let's meet on the mat. Day 70 Yoga Philosophy session. Fourth of the 5 Niyamas, Svadhyaya. Swa plus Adhyaya. Swa means self. Adhyaya is study. Svadhyaya means self-study. What happens when a yogi or practitioner is firmly poised into this self-discipline of striving to know oneself better and better and better, self-study, right? So that in Sutra number 44, second chapter of Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which is the Sadhana Pada, he mentions very clearly. Let's learn the Sutra first. 44th Sutra, second chapter. One word. Svadhyayadishta devata samprayogaha. Svadhyayadishta devata samprayogaha. Means Svadhyayat ishta devata samprayogaha. From being established firmly in self-study, in studying of the scriptures, one come into close communion with their desired deity, Ishta Devata, desired Lord, desired God, by studying the scriptures. So see, what do gods represent? We vibe, everyone, each one of us, we vibe in a certain frequency. Somebody like in Ayurveda, we talk about the Prakriti, the innate constitution. Somebody has more air and ether quality in them, dominant, which is Vata Prakriti. Somebody has more fire within them, so that's the Pitta. Somebody has more like earth and water element within them, which is the Kapha, right? Kapha. So Vata, Pitta and Kapha, these are the three doshas that govern our living being. Whatever, or the combination of whatever is prevalent into somebody, that's the Prakriti of the, that's what the Prakriti of that person happens, right? So for example, somebody can be predominantly Vata Prakriti person, or Pitta predominant, or Kapha predominant, or somebody could be Vata Pitta, Vata Kapha, or Pitta Kapha, right? Like that. So each one of us has certain qualities and certain vibrations that we match up to, that we align very well. Somebody likes this get going thing, go, more Rajasic nature, right? So they like that fire. So they might be associating with, say, Shiva energy. Somebody is more calm and laid back and chilled out, more earth and water element, they are like, they would associate more with the Vishnu energy, the maintenance guy, the Vishnu, the primordial Lord, okay? So Vishnu, the energy of more Kapha energy. And somebody is like more creative, more artistic, more like, always like moving around, always like this, always representing an enthusiasm energy. That is the Prana Shakti, which is more Vata type. So they can associate more with the Brahma, right? The energy of Brahma, the creator. Now, I have to tell you that Maharshi Patanjali is saying, Svadhyayat, from self-study, what comes? Or being established firmly in the quality, self-discipline of self-study, what happens is, Ishta Devata means your desired, Ishta means your desired Devata, Samprayogaha means you are having the communion with your Ishta Devata, whatever you choose. How? Because the more we start to learn about oneself, how? We learn about oneself by studying the scriptures. We don't learn it from here and there. We have to learn it from the scriptures. Like in ancient Indian wisdom, it is the Upanishadic wisdom. Upanishadic wisdom. Upanishad teaches us how to know ourselves. How and what is the clear-cut way of knowing ourselves. There are different schools of Indian spirituality, right? To explain in different schools like Sankhya, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, right? Sankhya, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, then Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta, which is the Upanishads, the wisdom of the Upanishads. The different schools of Indian spirituality, Indian philosophy, spiritual philosophy. So each one of these, what does it do? And the core, in the essence, like yoga that we are discussing, it teaches us to know ourselves better, how we function as individuals, how our mind functions, how our intellect functions, or when it does not function in the way we would like it to be. What could be the causes? How to bring it back to structure. So basically, all this wisdom is about how to circumvent, how to navigate our lives on this daily life, day-to-day life, right? On this day-to-day life. So this is the Yoga Shastra. The Yoga Shastra is exactly about this, how to circumvent our life. In this in this materialistic world without getting bogged down by petty things which does not serve to express ourselves to our fullest potential, right? To weed out those things and get to the real deal. So these are scriptures for us. Yoga Shastra is a scriptures. Like I said, it's one of the 6 schools of Indian spirituality and Indian philosophy. How to look at things, how to look at life, how to look at this whole creation. So you pick up anything that you align with, and once we start diving deep into that scriptures, study of the scriptures, we start to peel our different layers that are the superficial layers, which are not the true identity of who we are to the core. So once we know, whether it's with the Pancha Kosha, I started the discussion of the holistic health and healing 6-month journey with a client with this discussion of Pancha Kosha, with this discussion of Pancha Kosha. So it's from the Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad is Taittiriya Upanishad from the Yajurveda, from the Krishna Yajurveda, and it talks about the 5 different sheets that we have, which none of them, by the way, are our true identity. Like in the Nirvana Shatakam, Adi Shankaracharya says, we are not even the Panchakoshas. So what I'm just trying to say is that once we dive deep in the spiritual studies, the study of the scriptures, that's when we want to learn who we truly are, That's when we start to identify what are the energies that we are aligning with. Some align with the devastating fears, and also kind at the same time energy of the goddess, like say Kali, Durga, Jagadhatri, Shiva, Bhavani, right? So the Dasha Mahavidya, the 10 great knowledge, the representations of 10 great wisdom in terms of Devis, right? Like Tara, Kali, Chinnamasta, Bagala, Dhumavati. So Dasha Mahavidya. So some might associate with the energies of the Dasha Mahavidyas, for example, the goddess form of this 10 great knowledge, right? The more we start thinking about it, diving deep into it means into none other than ourselves, we would know what is real and what is unreal. And once we start knowing that, we will start to understand which representation of energetic vibrations, the cosmic energetic vibrations, like Ganesha is this energy of removal of all obstacles. Some align with that energy, some align with the energy of the knower of all the learnings that can exist, the Chaushatti, 64 types of learning, right? Devi Saraswati. So some with Vishnu, like who are more earth and water element predominant, they might align with Vishnu. And then whoever is aligning with more sort of fire energy within them, they can align with Shiva, the destroyer. Because if you want to start something new, which is totally different, which has never happened before, you have to burn out all the old gunk that you are fostering inside. So Shiva, energy of Shiva. Then there is the energy of creator, that you are more creative. You want to feel more creative within you. You are more like, you are creative within inside, and you align with this being active, full of cheerfulness, full of life, full of enthusiasm, prana, that is more of the energy of Brahma. So like that. When does that happen? When we are firmly established in study of ourselves. So we have to first understand. If you want to say, I really like to eat that food, then you have to understand, first you have to study what kind of foods exist. You have to try different kinds of food. You have to see which one aligns with your gustatory sense, right? So like that, self-study. Once we dive deep into it, we will find our representative vibrations of ourselves, and we will know which deity, which God, the representations of these supreme cosmic vibrations we align most with. So we will come closer. Then we will like to know more about that energy form. We will like to know about Shiva. We will like to more about Ganesha. We will like to more about Durga, Dasha Mahavidya, Vishnu, right? The 10 avatars of Vishnu. We will like to get to know them better, and we will dive deep for the lifelong, hopefully, with that energy. So that's how we get hold to our Ishta Devata, by studying ourselves better. How deep? Once we start to understand ourselves better, that's when we come in communion with our desired God. How lovely is that? That was my interpretation of Sutra number 44 of the second chapter, Sadhana Pada, of Maharishi Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. Thus, we conclude the 70th session of the 108 days of Surya Namaskara or Sun Salutations Challenge. I can't wait to see you tomorrow on the 71st session. Take care, be well, and Do like, subscribe, follow my channel if you haven't done it yet. Share these videos generously with your loved and dear ones and make them a part of this transformative revolution. By the way, if you are not sure where you can find the other videos of this series, look into somewhere here and you will find the playlist, and you can watch, comment, and let me know how you are liking them. Thank you. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.